executives passed on employing Amy Robach's lover TJ Holmes despite the fact that she was about to negotiate a $1 million deal with News Nation to host her own show. According to insiders, Amy Robach is about to sign a $1 million contract for a new position in television in which she would be on the air just 1 day a week. However, DailyMail.com can exclusively tell that News Nation, her conceivable new workplace, has abandoned their initial plans to have her hook up with lover TJ Holmes on air and has decided they have no place for him on the station. The hiring of Robach has already enraged her potential co-workers, who are letting station executives know they don't want her because they are concerned the network will be perceived. First Chris Stirewalt, then Chris Cuomo, and now Amy. One told DailyMail.com, "It doesn't do our reputation any good. It makes it look like we are a dump for people who can't get a bigger and better job elsewhere. There is no doubt that Amy is talented," added the source, "but the general feeling in the building is that she has too much baggage and the company should be going after talent who have not been fired from other networks." The 50-year-old mother of two is expected to start her new gig, tentatively titled Robach & Co., in January, exactly 1 year after she and Holmes were fired by ABC for failing to reveal they were having an affair. The duo, who were both married, had their positions as co-anchors of GMA3 suspended in December 2022 after DailyMail.com exclusively exposed the romance after they were spotted enjoying a romantic getaway in New York's Shawangunk Mountains just before Thanksgiving. According to insiders at News Nation, soon after Robach and Holmes, both 45, were fired, the firm started considering hiring them. The cable network hoped that the chemistry they had on air while they were at ABC would carry over to their new show. But after only a few months, they abandoned the plan and started working with Simply Amy on mock-ups, or behind-the-scenes tasks like creating logos and creating show themes. The show is scheduled for primetime, DailyMail.com has learned. It is being described within the network as a weekly talk, sit-down with different newsmakers and human interest stories around the world. News Nation launched in March 2021, initially as a station without a political standpoint. It has since taken on personalities and now airs opinion shows in primetime. Chris Stirewalt joined the network as political editor in May 2022 after being fired by Fox News for correctly calling the Arizona election for Joe Biden. Chris Cuomo joined 6 months later after CNN asked him for giving advice to his brother, former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, who was being investigated in a sex harassment scandal. Other hosts include Ashley Banfield, Elizabeth Vargas, and Dan Abrams. The addition of Robach will be another step in the Chicago-based channel's bid to establish itself as serious competition to the three leaders in the field: the conservative Fox News, liberal MSNBC, and CNN, which has changed its political viewpoint during managerial tumult, and now appears to be heading back towards the left. It already claims to be the fastest-growing cable news network in the country, reaching 70 million homes. But with an average of 93,000 viewers per night, it ranks as just the 76th most-watched network, well below the big three. Fox attracts more than 1.4 million viewers nightly, MSNBC garners nearly 1.2 million, and CNN 571,000. Even the far-right Newsmax far outpaces News Nation with an average nightly viewership of 249,000. The station, which is owned by the media group Nexstar, describes itself on its website as America's source for engaging and unbiased news which reflects the full range of perspectives across the country. Last year it announced a major expansion for its news operation by opening production studios in New York and Washington, D.C., which means Robach won't have to travel to the Windy City for her new show. That came after they were seen visiting each other's homes and sharing afternoon drinks at O'Donoghue's Irish Bar in Times Square following the filming of the scene. When they were sent to cover the late Queen Elizabeth's Diamond Jubilee celebrations in London in June of last year, their relationship officially began. They were already well known for their flirtatious on-screen chemistry when ABC put them together on GMA3 in September 2020. They acknowledged how close they were before starting their relationship and frequently trained together. They also completed a half marathon together.